Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the news and updates. I am Laurel, and we are here to share with you the news from around the AltSpace VR community. And now, here's Donna.
Oh, thank you, as always, Laurel. And hello, everyone. I'm Donna McTee. The Olympics. Oh, there was like even a chance yesterday that they were still going to cancel them. Hasn't this just been a bizarre experience? So the Olympics are officially on in Japan with empty stadiums and arenas. But live streams are putting us right there in the middle of the action. We've checked the award counts for you, and currently there are 3 golds and 1 silver for China. Italy has a gold and a silver, as does Japan, the home country. The Republic of Korea has 1 gold, 2 bronze, and Ecuador, Hungary, Iran, Kosovo, Thailand all have 1 gold. We are into
Yay!
day 2 of the Olympics with more awards and amazing competitions to come. So, we are here to bring you the latest on that and other topics as we continue with another in our 3rd year delivering you the news from around the AltSpace VR community. We've plenty of news as always, so it's time to get this party started. Let's talk Olympics.
Indeed. So, AltSpace news, there's been it's not really AltSpace news, but there was an interesting, okay, it is, an opening ceremony in Japan here in AltSpace. as well with a user-hosted video watch party. How many went? How many went? Give me some emojis. Was anybody there? Oh, I was afraid of that. One person, Cardigan was there. All right, beautiful. And I keep going through the schedule, and I'm not seeing any official Olympics watching party hosted by AltSpace VR as there have been in the previous years. So it's up to us to party out and celebrate the Olympics here in AltSpace. So if you have a solid internet connection, please set up an event and live stream what you can find on the Olympics so we can all watch it together. Really is fun. We've had so much fun in the past, and so would absolutely love to see that happen again here.
Laurel, you're just timed out for like a couple of seconds. So if you have a solid internet connection and no internet connection and know how to use the web projector, those are the two things that will be really helpful if you could host a party. Now, Lita, builder of the amazing one-to-one recreation of the Athens Agora Marketplace and Acropolis heritage sites, right here in AltSpace VR, has created a restoration of the original ancient Olympia, home of the original Olympics. It is an amazing tribute to the origin where you can throw a few discs, throw a few javelins, walk around where the ancient Greeks played and competed.
And Chuck from Health Systems Chat is hosting a discussion inside the Japanese Olympic Stadium brought into AltSpace VR. And he's also offering small 3D printed AltSpace VR Olympic medals sent to anyone who requests it by mail. He is hoping to offer some live stream events on Monday during his event, but it will mostly be a discussion about the Tokyo Olympics and all the fireworks in the ceremonies, as well as within all the situation.
Last week, AltSpace VR users were notified that September 15th is the day when AltSpace VR will flip to embrace Unity 2020.3.9, along with the new render tools for improved performance and world building capabilities.
And hopefully is my internet back?
Yep.
Okay, because I'm having a horrible time here. We learned, unfortunately, that as of September 15th, all worlds, templates, and kits must be updated because they will no longer work. We were originally told that there would be some backwards compatibility, but now we've learned this is not true. This is very exciting to many, and we will likely lose some beautiful worlds. Jimmy, the lead AltSpace VR developer working with World Building, has confirmed this. All Unity built worlds uploaded prior to September 15th and going back to before 2018 will not be visible after the render update unless updated. The World Tours team has announced that they will be touring some of their favorite worlds and hopefully yours over the next few weeks, especially the oldest ones that are unlikely to be updated to honor these wonderful virtual worlds throughout August and the first 2 weeks of September.
Let's be clear about the loss that we are facing, and it is a loss. This does not apply to worlds built with AltSpace VR templates or kits and built through the World Editor. It applies to worlds built with Unity templates and kits shared with you to build your worlds. So please go to the altvr.com website. Under the More menu, you'll see Worlds. Go there and look for templates and kits to the new section titled Friends. Click on each to identify the world builder who shared each one of those with you and contact them. Reach out to them and encourage them to update.
We are seriously heartbroken about this fact. It was not really made clear in the updates, as we believe most worlds would be backwards compatible, or at least the basics would be there, if not the special effects. But the transition to the the URP render tools, is a bigger switch than we thought. We will be discussing this more in the world building section as well as in our weekly discussion.
There are known issues with the Microsoft login for AltSpace VR. It tends to lose its connection to AltSpace VR, requires validation repeatedly, and it will not accept Microsoft educational accounts. The team is working on it, and all reports through support are welcome at altvr.com/support. If you still have your AltSpace VR login, revert back until this is resolved.
if you can. Now, on to some exciting AltSpace VR news. As mentioned, the Espanol version of AltSpace VR 101 is coming. The first event is Thursday, July 29th. So excited about this. Karen and Gabriela have been working for several months to translate the AltSpace VR 1 event into Spanish. We are thrilled that it is finally launching as an introduction to AltSpace VR. Introducción a AltSpace VR. Spread the word and show up to support the team on Thursday, whether or not you speak Spanish. Let's show up and give them a hand to get going.
If you are fluent in another language, hint something from India, and wish to support this 30-minute introduction to AltSpace VR, please let our team know as we support the community helper-led program. We want the AltSpace VR 101 event hosted in many languages. Sorry, the script keeps we want the AltSpace VR 101 event hosted in many languages. Live captions and translations are fun, but we need someone to really talk to each other in a language they understand. The terminology of AltSpace VR and social VR doesn't always translate well, so let's fill up the calendar with introductions to AltSpace VR in every language.
Sorry about that. This past week, Oculus rolled out its version 31 software update to the Quest 1 and 2 headsets, making it easier to invite friends and recent teammates who aren't friends to play a game or enjoy an app together as a shared experience. We're in the app, pressing the Oculus button, because when you're in the game or you're in the app, pressing the Oculus button pops up the universal menu, and eligible apps will show up on a new invite to app. That it's right next to the resume and quit buttons. Currently, only a few games like Beat Saber are featured, but we hope that AltSpace will soon be included. Also, unlock patterns are coming to Oculus headsets to allow drawing a pattern between dots on the screen to replace a typed password. These updates are rolling out now, and it may take a while to reach your headset.
As usual, we bring you the news from around the AltSpace VR community every week. And in between, join us on our News and Updates Discord for updates and related news you can use to ensure you keep updated on what's going on within the AltSpace VR metaverse. Now, let's switch to world building before we get on with the news about the switch to Unity 2020.3.9 and the render tools. We want to share with you a treat from one of our favorite longtime world builders. Proxide was cleaning up his files to prepare and ran across this image from his past. This was his very first 3D render made 17 years ago. 17 years! Well, that is incredible. What a wonderful find. And even if he was pushing boundaries with transparencies and mixed textures, Proxide has been volunteering above and beyond the Call of Duty and the World Building Discord channels the past month, ready to help people with their Unity upgrades. We are so grateful for his support and expertise.
Yes, I thought that was beautiful. As we get ready for the switch to Unity 2020.3.9 and all other changes and features that are coming, users and AltSpace VR staff are creating videos and tutorial articles to support the changes. Proxide has released a video on the URP, the ERP change. Me and others have made videos to help with the process step by step. Check for these in the AltSpace VR Discord world building channels, in world building and the Unity uploader sections. Check the pins for saved information as well.
We also want to remind you that this is a terrible time if you are new to Unity building in AltSpace VR. There is about 8 weeks to go before everything switches over to the new version. And building new things right now, you need to build twice. You need to remember that basically you are going to be building things twice. Please be patient. Study Unity, take lessons, attend workshops, work on your worlds in Unity waiting for the switch, unless you want to endure all the fuss with the old version and upgrading to the new version soon. And there is some fuss. There are issues with the URP breaking shaders and causing issues with colliders. So beef up your skills to be prepared for these changes. Patience. Trust us, it will be worth it.
It feels horrible, but it's going to be good. All featured templates by AltSpace VR have been updated to prepare for the switch, and requests from staff on feedback on these templates may be made through the support ticket system or through the world building channel in AltSpace VR's Discord.
Version 2.2.4 was released a few days ago um, of the Unity Uploader 2 for AltSpace VR. The uploader is for URP and linear projects only. The bug fixes and improvements included better error handling in scene/prefab validators, adding a default blank item in kit and template drop-downs to prevent accidental uploads, count skinned meshes in scene polygon counts, use of a Unity background progress bar for uploads, and a build module detection for Mac users. Again, this uploader is for those testing the next version of Unity and AltSpace VR and must be used with the test clients to check the worlds.
Now, as she just said, please remember to use the test client test when you're uploading using the Unity AltSpace VR uploader number 2 and Unity 2020.3.9. If the upcoming changes are important to you, please monitor the world building channels on the AltSpace VR Discord, as we are. There are many tips and techniques being shared, as well as questions being answered. The AltSpace VR world building community is one of the most open and sharing groups around, and they are so eager to help. But don't forget, do a search first, always search first, and as it is likely your question has already been answered, often repeatedly.
Also, check out the channels under world building. Use the world showcase to show off your new world. And remember to join discussions on the Unity uploader for Windows and a separate discussion for the Mac version. Tutorials, MREs, and shaders and layers, another huge topic.
Now, Jimmy, one of the lead developers for AltSpace VR, is working on to build a super hub in AltSpace, a hub that features links to other hub worlds. If you have a hub world to many of your worlds or to your favorite worlds, check out the new directory channel in the world building section on AltSpace VR.
We love highlighting your worlds, and we have some fun ones to bring to your attention. Andy's ISS spacewalk finds you in a spacesuit floating in space outside the International Space Station with Earth below you. Float towards the station and you will find a teleporter to go inside. Make sure, remember, important, make sure to turn on fly when you enter this world.
Now, using the teleporter in Andy's International Space Station spacewalk world, it will take you to the inside of the internet, the ISS. And there you can roam the corridors and take in the awesome view of Earth and still be floating in space.
So remember, we love sharing worlds on our show. If you have built a world or know of one we're sharing here on News and Updates, please let us know in our Discord. Go to the channel that says share your world, okay? A news channel. We have some fascinating worlds coming to share with you next week.
We have many world building events and activities every week in AltSpace VR. One of those AltSpace developers, Jimmy, that we keep mentioning, hosts his Building the Metaverse events on Tuesdays. Explore world building tips and techniques with Unity, the SDK, MREs, and others that are passionate about world building.
If you've missed these events, look for the mini workshops, classes, and events on world building, and you can find them on the events calendar. There are more opportunities than ever to learn about how to build worlds in AltSpace VR and be inspired by world builders. Check out the events calendar for workshops, classes, meetups for world builders, and the regular tours that happen. Daisy Shaw and the World Tours team. The World Tours team meets every Wednesday to tour amazing worlds. Each month, they challenge world builders to build on a theme. And this month, the theme is outer space. Wednesday, they will be touring worlds you've built and suggested to the team. Next month, to honor the potential loss of some of our favorite worlds, they will be touring their favorite worlds that are at risk of being gone for good. You do not want to miss these special tours. Now, time for Discord tips.
Discord is getting threads. Yeah. Okay, if you've seen them, I'm not too sure. But anyway, currently threading is possible in a clunky way through the reply feature found with click or on multiple and hold. A new threading creates a temporary channel for a conversation that pulls it out of its regular channel for a certain number of days that's set by whoever starts it. And then it returns back to the channel archived, so to speak. We're not sure exactly what all that means. While active, the conversation may flow along a supposed consistent theme, we hope. For smaller servers, this sounds exciting, but for larger Discord servers with many channels, we're not sure how helpful it'll be, but we're eager to see where this goes. We've wanted Discord threading for ages, and Discord is testing this new feature and is eager for your feedback.
Discord has also released the Discord, the movie promotional piece developed by serious Discord fans. They were asked to explain Discord. Danny DeVito is the celebrity trying to understand what on earth Discord is through visual metaphors, and it is very hard to understand. Just like explaining AltSpace VR to others, it's hard to explain it, right? So his first introduction explains that it is like a hug and a place where fire-breathing cows fly through the air.
Which it has context if you know Discord. Two favorite moments in the 6-minute movie are when they go to a pizza parlor and Danny DeVito asks, "What does pizza have to do?"
What does pizza have to do with Discord? Which sends
Thanks.
what?
And
Which sends
it sends the whole collection of the puppets into hysterics. If that doesn't make sense to you, trust us, it's one of the favorite join log Autobot announcements that says, "So and so arrived. We hope you brought pizza."
Now, the other favorite moment is when Danny DeVito meets Kev Dog as a clamation mafioso businessman in a
Mafioso. Sorry.
pinstripe suit, who is interrupted in the real world by his mother vacuuming his college-age bedroom. She says, "Tell them I said hi," and he says in his normal voice, "My mom says hi." It reverts to the mafioso character again. Love that. We've all experienced that here in AltSpace.
Haven't you? Where somebody comes in the room where you're in and they go, "Oh, so that's what you're okay, say hi." And it's like, okay, so and so says, "My mom says hi." I love that. Now, the end of the movie, Danny DeVito starts to get it. And he says, Discord does mean not getting along, which says so much about the power of Discord and the irony of the developers. So check out Discord the movie. It's really an imaginative piece of work, and it has great animation and CGI of every kind. We've shared a link to the YouTube movie on our news and updates Discord, so check it out and enjoy it.
So next week
You will laugh. Go ahead.
Next week we'll have more Discord tips. And if you have some Discord tips to share with our community, let us know after the show or in our news and updates Discord, and we may literally share it here on the show.
Now it's time for AltSpace VR events. We have some news for event hosts this week. There's been a change in event types on the events webpage. And I have to tell you that when I encountered this and tried to explain it and walk it through, I felt like it was in an Abbott and Costello Who's on First routine. Instead of public and private events are now public or unlisted. Now, unlisted is supposed to mean private. Access is only through the event code or by being on the guest list called groups with their AltSpace username or email used to register with AltSpace. Friends who are on the unlisted events show as online, and you may not follow them into the unlisted event that is really a private event. Ugh. I don't. Why do they do that to us?
2 weeks ago, we announced the removal of the presenter role in contextual roles. Presenter was removed, leaving host, megaphone only, moderator, musical performer, pilot, and terraformer. Event developers have the choice of allowing a speaker to be assigned megaphone only and have no access to the host tools or MREs, or add them as a host to ensure access to these tools. If your event uses the host zone, speakers must have the host role to be automatically amplified and on air, as megaphone is not enough. We are hoping that our feedback to add presenter back, as well as a video crew role added, will be heard. If you are an event host, please join us in sending in support ticket with similar requests. Much thanks.
Now on to the events. August is coming right up. What happened? And many are taking advantage of the heat to get outside, and more heat is coming all across the whole northern part of the planet. Insane. To get outside and out of their lockdown situation. So attendance in AltSpace VR is low right now, but it's still active. If you're an event host, don't despair if only a few people show up for your events. Keep working on your event and learning, and get ready to step it up in September.
Black History at the PKT Black History Museum is doing a grand opening tonight. Please be aware this is better experienced by Quest users with 128 megs or more, and those on a very solid and fast internet connection, as the world is huge with many photographs. Loading takes a while, but the event and experience is worth it as T-Bax and Diamond Riders celebrate Black history in a beautiful world built by Crook the composer. There's a guest singer and speaker before the museum tour begins, so make some effort to celebrate this wonderful Black History Museum right here in AltSpace VR. Now, Sundays are not only church going days, but a celebration of talent every week. Check out the amazing open mic and talent events, including Center Stage, VR's Got Talent, Open Mic at the Coffee Lounge, and so many more.
Now, Live Loved, hosted by our own Donna McTee, is starting a new series tomorrow on Get Out of Your Head as a Bible study in Philippians. She'll be exploring the concept of spiraling
Spiraling down a path of destructive thoughts, such
Yes, I know these are
such
familiar
as.
to you, such as I'll never be good enough and I don't deserve it. A discussion with the group through Christian beliefs and text to escape that downward spiral of negative thought and find the freedom to refuse to be victims to our own thoughts. What a fantastic concept, Donna. This is something that we face from time to time, and some more than others. But what a great way to help lift spirits during this confusing time of transition and uncertainty. So thank you, Donna, for all the gifts you bring to our community.
Thanks, Laurel. The Humanism Meetup is back and rocking this weekend with 2 events on the scientific methods invention or discovery. The meeting is open to all and based upon the principles of humanism, the progressive philosophy of life that without theism and other supernatural beliefs, believes it is our responsibility to lead ethical lives of personal fulfillment for the greater good of humanity.
The Invisible Chronic Illness and Disability Support Group has been renamed recently to VR Spoonies. It's not a featured event, but one that is very important to so many of us as it supports some of the most sensitive members of our community, the ones with hidden and often chronic invisible diseases and illnesses.
Their goal is to create a positive support group to deal with struggles facing misunderstood conditions. Now, Bette Midler often opened her song Hello in There about a woman with a fried egg on her face walking down the street in New York.
She said, if they do notice that I'm carrying something that's not quite right and they want to talk about it, let them talk about it, but don't let them talk about it so I can hear. I don't want to hear it. Because the truth about fried eggs is you can call it a fried egg, you can call it anything you like, but everyone gets one. Some people wear them on the outside, some people wear them on the inside. That so describes most of us in the Altspace VR community. So please help support events like this because so many of us are eggs.
Now, speaking of amazing event communities, right here in Altspace VR, the Autism VR group is meeting Wednesday for a general discussion of hot topics related to autism and virtual reality, including the latest research, therapies, technologies, and coping skills.
The Altspace VR community meetup is Wednesday. It's a great opportunity to meet others in the community and find out what's going on and ask questions and get some questions answered. If you haven't seen the Altspace VR live captioning and instant translation feature, which we have on right here, you can check it out there as well. They are also looking for input and feedback on the upcoming changes to Altspace with the upgrade to Unity 2020.3 and other changes that is coming September 15th.
Now, our very own Laurel runs the creative writing meetup, happens here in Altspace on Tuesdays. And this group hosts 30 days in Altspace VR for the National Novel Writing Month. It has for the past 4 years to support writers on the self challenge
Mhm.
to write, get this, 50,000 words in 30 days. They will be meeting in Altspace VR and Discord. And to help prepare writers for the challenge, Laurel's first NaNoWriMo prep event for 2021 is happening this Wednesday. So come join the fun and get started on your dream writing project.
Thank you. Thursday, VR Forward's 18 plus crime time talk show puts forward another for mature audiences only discussion on true crime events and discusses the challenges of solving the crimes. Please be aware that a few details are spared as the team shares their findings and their own investigations of these true crimes.
Simulation Nation continues to teach up with the Arthur C. Clarke Center for Human Imagination and brings in 3 guests this week: Arthur Patrick Coleman, John Padden, an artist researcher developing an architectural substructure for expanding how electric and biological self are reciprocal systems through AR and VR. I feel like I should repeat that. That was a lot, but that's John Padden. And the third one is Robert Twomey, an artist and engineer exploring the poetic intersection of bioengineering. You might just want to check this out just to find out what all those terms mean, but it looks interesting.
it's
Uh,
it is the Arthur C. Clarke Center for Human Imagination, so who knows? All right, Friday has a bunch of events that you will not want to miss. That they're starting with Tom Furness and Ray Kurzweil on stage at the same time. That is a rare, very special. I can't wait. That's going to be amazing for the 2021 inaugural Girls Virtual Reality Team Business Challenge with Girls in STEAM Institute. This is the first time that the annual business challenge for high school age girls working in teams to develop a business plan will not only be in VR, but involve designing a business around a VR app for mental health. This is in line with the UN sustainability goals for wellness and mental health.
Todd Furness of the Virtual World Society and Ray Carwill, a research scientist and inventor focusing on virtual and artificial intelligence that has changed the world. They will be together for the opening keynote on Friday. This is followed by our own Laurel Van Fossen, then Dr. Angelina Dayton, the VR lady, a research scientist specializing in education and user experience design and founder of Students in VR. Then the presentations by the girls before judges will follow and awards announced. This is a chance to not only support education in VR, but these amazing young women who are our future leaders in VR technology and innovation. So come join the magic and help spread the word.
Hey, Friday is also another Women IT Pros. It's Women Day on Friday. It's their V Meetup bringing together women in the support roles that make the programming and the technology possible. This is an incredible discussion group, a fantastic group. You really, male, female, whoever, you got to check this out. These are the groundbreaking leaders in our industry that are rarely celebrated, but essential to make them.
Friday is also the In Search of Sequence Festival, celebrating the release of amazing progressive house and trance music. It is a huge party and celebration festival of music happening this coming Friday.
Matty Boy is one of our amazing world builders and event hosts here in Altspace VR. He is having a birthday bash on Friday with music and dancing and games and great friends coming together for, hey, any reason for a party, right? Yeah.
Burning Man is canceled in the real world again this year, but will thrive here in Altspace VR and across the metaverse. The virtual burn of Burning Man begins August 22nd and goes through September the 7th. Tickets are on sale for the paid events. Altspace VR is one of the major hosts of the virtual Burning Man Worlds at Black Rock City VR. You see it as BRC VR. There will be special open houses and tours, free and paid, and more leading up to the event. If you thought last year was amazing, you really haven't seen anything yet.
Check out the nightclubs, the dances, the meditation, the talent nights, the computer classes, the workshops, all thought-provoking discussions and all the fun going on right here in Altspace VR all week long. You do not want to miss a single moment.
Check out the channels and calendar to find the events to tickle your fancy and amuse your spirit. We do our very best to bring you the highlights from this ever growing community, and we are so glad you are here to share it with us.
Now, drum roll, please. It is time for our weekly discussion. Is my internet going to hold up through this? We will see. September 15th. It's the day when Altspace VR will switch to Unity 2020.3.9 and forward and enable all the new features that are associated with the change. Now, the news this week about not a single world, being prior to September, and that has not been updated, it will survive the upgrade. But let's be clear before our discussion that all worlds created with the Altspace VR and featured kits will continue. Those have been updated. It's the Unity worlds that will not survive, along with the shared kits and templates that are not updated. Now, we know that all of you here who've built Unity worlds and templates and kits, you're going to update. We trust you. We really trust you. So our concerns are with those who are no longer active here as they once were. It's important that you identify the builders of the shared kits and templates that your world relies on and ask them to update. Now, a little bit of history before we get going. This is not the first time we've been through this. In fact, we've had at least 3 major updates that broke our worlds. The first one was in 2018, and it was devastating. We lost access to some of the most amazing, innovative worlds that were created, Wild Wild West style, with people hacking things in every direction to make their dreams come true. It was like losing part of our history. Then again, start of 2020, that wasn't too serious, but it was serious enough upgrade that rattled our spirits as part of this huge AltSpace VR remodel. While we haven't felt much of the ground shaking beneath our feet, the remodel continues, and this is part of the process. But then we had other things to worry about and be distracted. And some of those worlds have survived, but it was really painful. So please remember that world building's in beta, and you should anticipate major changes and upheavals when you're dealing with beta stuff. But for many who've used this past year of pandemic to really dive deeply into Unity and world building, this is a burden and disappointment and heartbreak. And we want to hear your thoughts about this, on the change that's coming, and whether or not you're a world builder, this impacts your experience. Because not only is it going to bring you a ton of new benefits, but we're really sad about the loss of those worlds. So we'd love to talk about it. So Donna, are we ready?
Go ahead. Okay, so talk to us. The raise hand button is up, and we want to hear from you. Go ahead, Carnegie. The mic is yours.
Hi, great show. A question: any tips on how to perhaps approach, someone or maybe even someone at AltSpace about kits or templates, for people who no longer participate in the community? Is there like a take ownership process that can be initiated?
Do you know the answer, Donna?
I'm not sure about the question. Yep, go ahead.
Okay. So if the person is no longer in AltSpace and they have not deleted their account, because if they delete their account, then everything goes away. You may be able to find them on Discord. They may be in the AltSpace VR Discord or on Facebook, the AltSpace groups. You can contact them that way. The only way to transfer ownership of a template or a kit is with that person's cooperation, and they have to submit a ticket through support to authorize you. You cannot ask. They have to authorize you to transfer ownership to you or send you the files or whatever. But it's nothing really that you can do. I wish it was.
Can it be done post? Let's say if you delete your account, or if they delete their account, can it be done after that?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the question, Carnegie. Great question.
Good. Oh,
Anyone
great
else
one.
have something? Go ahead and unmute yourself, Dex.
Okay. Sorry. One question about the speech captions. It will be, I think, more languages.
So there are limited languages, and they've been testing, I think, the captions for almost a year. And as far as I know, haven't added languages in that time. I'm hoping we desperately need additional languages. So I don't know, Laurel, if you have any inside information about that, but we're definitely something to throw in a support ticket if you have a language, especially languages where there's people that we know that come. So, for instance, from Russia, there's people that come from in India that come from countries where they don't necessarily speak English. There's lots of countries like the Netherlands, etc., where they're fluent in or fluent in one, but also understand and speak English, right? But we have a lot of countries in the world that don't speak English, and we desperately need some of those as well. So sending in a support ticket would be great for that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, I think, Laurel, do you have anything to add to that? That's just my take.
Mm-mm. You did good.
Anyone else? How are you feeling about the change to the world?
Well, Donna, how are you feeling about it?
Other than like understanding that I feel sorry for the people that are going through this process. It's a lot of work. Understand what it is to do a lot of work. Those of us who do things in VR, whatever it is we do, we have to work hard at learning it, right? And so I can appreciate the learning curve that people are going through in Unity. I'm not experiencing it myself, but I can appreciate how much work it is. And I can see the community surrounds itself so much, and that they help each other. There's help on all different levels of expertise, and that is heartwarming to see. That's been part of AltSpace. Every time we go through one of these changes, the heartbreaking thing about it is that we lose people who love this community, and the only way we can look at this is really to embrace people that are really frustrated and want to leave, and just encourage them not to. So when you're in conversations with people that are really frustrated, um, be empathetic and show compassion. That's, I guess that's the side that I come from, is just understanding that it isn't only world building. Like we're all on learning curves of some kind, but world building has definitely taken the cake for a while. Go ahead, Mark.
Yes, so I've been starting to do some of my updates on on the new Unity, and yes, it is. I'm finding it difficult. Learning the URP, um, making sure that the shaders are working. It is difficult for me. It's learning something new, and I've only managed to do one world since they've announced the new Unity uploader with the URP. So yeah, I'm finding it difficult. So I don't know about others, but it's a learning curve. You have to learn these things, and if it fails once, then you just have to keep trying again until you actually get it right. I think the world I've been doing, I've been trying it. I've repeated trying it again like 5 times, deleting it, re-uploading it, and it's going to take time. It's going to be, as you mentioned, it's going to take patience and in learning this new uploader.
And I guess that on this stage, I get to speak for all of the people who aren't world builders to say that we, I mean, we can be empathetic, but we really appreciate. Like there's an understanding in the community of what is happening, and we we feel for you. So thanks for your comments, Mark, and know that you are not alone. Karen, you're next up.
I was going to say that on a positive note, we often forget that when you live in a computer world, you constantly have to keep stuff updated, right? So, I mean, as programs and operating systems update, you got to update your files too. And I remember back, I had my education curriculum originally in PageMaker 2, which predates Adobe InDesign. All my files were in a really, really old format. And then when I switched over eventually to InDesign, some 15 years later or whatever, I had to update all of those files. And I don't remember what I did, but I had to go through hoops and find converters and everything else. And it was a real pain. My fault for not keeping them updated. So at least here in AltSpace, we're getting constant Discord reminders and news and update reminders that the files have to be updated. So this isn't like something completely out of the ordinary. I mean, when you create files in whatever program, they have to be updated as you upgrade your computer and your operating system and the programs and all of that. So I think, we all need to kind of keep that in mind. I'm saying all that because I'm in the process now of I got a new Mac, and I'm doing a clean install, so I'm reinstalling everything from scratch just because I have a lot of cruft that's accumulated on the old computer. I was doing it through Migration Assistant, which I didn't used to do. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, and Karen, I guess that's what I was trying to say in my opening, that I'm not going through the world building experience, but every part of VR, and you're right, outside of VR as well. But even just from an event perspective, I have to keep up with a lot of apps that I use to host events, right? To produce material at events, etc. And you're absolutely right. Part of our life in computers has been upgrading, and and so that's one of the reasons that I think those of us that aren't world builders can be empathetic to the ones that
And that,
that are going through this particular thing right now.
yeah, I want to add
Mhm.
one little thing. This week, I started a sentence to my husband, and I said, "So the Windows 11 update is coming out." And before I could get to the next word, he went, "No, God, I hate it. Why don't they leave things alone? Because every time I turn around, they're pushing out new things. I have to learn new things, and they change everything, and it just always just wastes so much time." And he just rambled on, and I just sat there and waited and waited and waited, and finally I said, "Are you done?" And he says, "Yeah, I guess so." And I said, "Well, the end of my sentence was the interface is not going to change much." Thank goodness. And he was like humbled. But yeah, it's changing underneath the hood, but not a whole lot. It's kind of, anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you're right. That's part of our life now.
Yeah. Thanks,
No
Karen.
different than getting a new car.
Yeah. Thanks, Karen. Go ahead, Carnegie. Oh, here, I'll try. We'll do that again. That should be, you should be
Okay.
able to unmute. There you go.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Great discussions. A question about backups for world builders that do backups. Is is that something that's going to be beneficial in case you
Always.
lose something? It's always okay. So the support will be able to perhaps
Oh, you're talking
the
about in-world backups.
well, yeah, in-world backups, and I guess also
Ooh.
desktop backups too. Yeah, it's always good
Well,
idea.
desktop,
But
yeah. Your Unity, make sure you back up all your Unity files, left, right, and left, all of the stuff, all whatever they are. In-world backups is a really good question, because if you have updated to 2020 point, um, then you store a backup. If you store that backup, then you should be able to bring it up. But a backup that's from the older version will not
Mhm.
be able to be updated, because it just won't work. And I don't think
Okay.
and so in-world backups, I think not. Ancient, and I think I'm pretty much on track with that. Yes, no?
So
Kind of
so
a semi-nod.
No, the thing is, yeah, it would still rely on the old templates and kits, and have the references to all the old objects and measures and shaders and whatever, and so they would simply restore the state from before September 15th, which wouldn't run on any date after.
Yep.
wow. So that means that basically all world builders should, whether you make changes or
They have
not,
to.
yeah, should go in and just do backups. It
They
only
should do
takes a
backups,
second.
right? But on
It's
their desktop, they need to
on
back
the
up.
desktop.
Yep. Not in
Oh, I'm
world.
thinking.
In world is not. Yeah, not in world backups are not going to help.
Oh, okay. That was my question.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay,
Even
thanks,
more
Carnegie.
than even more
Yeah,
than
'cause-
that, any and all inward backup would be sort of invalidated after the date. So yeah, it's almost a good idea to actually delete those backups after the September the 15th, once the world is updated, and create a new one.
okay.
So
So that should be
that you don't.
standard practice, maybe for everyone, all world builders to do that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's a good tip. Thanks.
Well, and another great question. Thanks, Carnegie. Galaxy, you're up next. You can unmute yourself. What do you have to say? Are you able to unmute yourself? I'm going to amplify your voice again. Try it again. There you go. We'll hear you now.
Is this good?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah. Sorry about the
Okay.
problem.
So I had a question about saving it on your desktop. Couldn't you just use like a USB flash drive or something to save it on there as well? So like if your computer crashes, then you have an actual thing off to the side to like save it and things. Like wouldn't that be
Absolutely.
beneficial than just on desktop? That's
Yeah,
all I
no,
just.
it's no, that's brilliant because your Unity files are no different from any other computer files. You need to store them and back them up the same way. Excellent.
Yeah, thanks for that, Galaxy. That's a great reminder. So, going. We're almost to the end of our time. Can you believe that? Another week almost over. Anybody have one last question?
And while we're waiting, Ancient reminded me that it really helps if you kind of use something like GitHub or something that you can have version control. That also is really, really important. And you just treat it the same way. All right. Anyone else? All right. Are we ready, Donna?
Go for it.
Yay. That is all for this week's news and updates. We do this for you for free. We are not AltSpace VR employees. We're just like you. Our team works hard each week to gather the news and information to help our community keep up with everything going on here in AltSpace VR.
When news that you need to know happens, we share it in our news and updates Discord so you can get the news through the clutter of information out there. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channels so others can keep up with the news in and around AltSpace.
For being here every week to share the latest updates from around the AltSpace VR community. We live stream the news onto YouTube every week, and you can catch up with past episodes to learn more about AltSpace VR events, projects, news, and community activities.
This is a labor of love, and we love our volunteer team members who help us gather the news as reporters, moderate, and help us put this show together every week. If you would like to join the News and Updates team, please let us know after the show. We need every ability and talent, and we'll help train you in event hosting and management and moderation. This is your show as much as ours, and we'd love for you to be a part of it.
And we will hang around after the news to answer your questions and talk to you about what you're doing in AltSpace VR. So stick around, as we'd love to chat with you.
As always, thanks to our news and update volunteers and moderators that help make this event such a success. Thank you. And in these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world. Thanks for coming. See you next week.
Thanks, Donna.
Hey, thanks, Laura.
Yay!
Awesome.
Woohoo! We finished.